Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the Buff Vision screen.
Hi, my name is Avia Noor.
My name is Ashley Gonzalez Aguirre.
Hi, I'm Gavin Archer. I'm a senior this year at Lakewood High School.
My name is Tori Lynn Wiener, and I am graduating today.
I'd have to say both of my parents, their hard work has just really inspired me, and they made so many sacrifices for me and my dreams in my life, and they're just such an amazing example for me.
But I really look up to one of my best friends, Jacob Durso. Just throughout the past 4 years, I wouldn't be here without him. He's just been there for me in every way possible.
I'm most proud of, working hard throughout high school. I feel like I really worked hard to get to where I am today. I'm also proud of, I was on the soccer team as well this year, and we were the 32nd seed. We barely squeaked into the playoffs, so then we beat the #1 overall seed. That was awesome. We went on the second round of the playoffs, and then it was just an awesome experience. I would never trade that for anything in the world.
What I am most proud of is where I'm at today and all the opportunities I have had.
I just met so many new people, and being invited to new things and having new opportunities, I've been able to say yes to those opportunities, and I don't know, I've tried so many new things, and I just have grown as a person, I think.
Yeah, I've just been in a lot of different productions, which has been just really, really cool. The program is just incredible. And then I've also merged that with film and stuff, and so I've made a couple documentaries about our Unified Theater program, and been able to just capture some really cool moments, both on stage, on camera, on film, and that's just been, the theater and film programs have been two really big ones for me. So
I have a huge passion for hairstyling, taking Warren Tech, and I'm about to get my license.
My passion, I already touched on a little bit of sports. I do baseball and soccer, and something new this year that I found was filming. I took an audiovisual class this semester, and I really thought, this is like another elective, and we're just gonna get away with it and not gonna do much. But I really had a great time in that class, and I really learned a lot of new things. And I never thought filming would be something I'm passionate about, for sure. But yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Translate. I speak both English and Spanish, so I'm able to help translate to other students who don't speak English. So
I just want to say thank you to all my teachers, my friends, and my family for pouring into me, and for Lakewood for all the lasting memories.
I want to say thank you to all the teachers for all their patience and for being there every step of the way.
yeah, I just want to give a really big thank you to Mr. Bach, Mr. Ronskavage, and all the other teachers, especially the ones that are leaving this year. I think we just wouldn't have made it through high school without Mr. Bach. He's just been an incredible principal, an incredible leader, and I think especially through all the difficult times. And I just think it's really cool that we're able to go out with him, but I want to make sure that he gets the appreciation that he deserves, because he's just everyone. Mr. Bach, Mr. Ronskavage, they're great people, so.
Go out and change the world.
I mean, Lakewood's a great place. I would pick it 10 times over again. And it's just a really special place with like a lot of diversity. Students, everyone belongs here. Like, it's just a really special place, and I would pick it over again every time.
Good morning. My name is Adan Marquez, and I'm the student body president of Lakewood High School. I welcome you to the CU Event Center for the graduation ceremony of 2024. On behalf of all the seniors, I say thank you for being here. And now, please stand to welcome the graduating class of 2024.
Please stand for the national anthem performed by Eclipse and directed by Dr. Chad Clark.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Welcome, graduates, teachers, staff, and family. It is an honor to welcome the graduating class of 2024. My name is Liliana Post Soler, and I am your student body vice president. Graduates, this day symbolizes the culmination of your academic journey and marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life. A graduate is an accomplished and self-esteemed individual, proud of their successes and ready to take on the world ahead of them. While all of our outlooks on life are different passions, backgrounds, goals, and aspirations, one thing unites us all. We are all the soon-to-be graduating class of Lakewood High School of 2024. One thing I've learned from this class is that we are incredibly passionate and we always put 110% into what we love, whether it be our favorite class, extracurriculars, relationships, and everything in between. I am so excited for everyone's future. We have such amazing talent among us. Passionate artists and performers, athletic scholars, NASA engineers, brilliant storytellers, and resilient activists. We are champions, and most of all, we built a community of amazing people. As we open their ceremony today, I want to share a little bit about the necklace that I am wearing. It was gifted to me by my aunt, and it is a picture of a dandelion with the seeds just beginning to float away. The inscription reads, "Dandelions symbolize the inception of a new beginning and the promise of tomorrow." Now, I know dandelions are pestering weeds and that you see everywhere. They're difficult to get rid of. I'm not saying any of you are pestering weeds. However, I am saying that you are persistent, just as a dandelion. You spread your ideas, seeds of inspiration, all the places you go. Imagine a dandelion seed floating through the air, twirling, falling, lifting, and moving constantly with the wind, then softly settling in a patch of green grass and diving deep into the dirt below. Once settled, a sprout appears, and in a flash, a small flower blooms. That bright yellow flower grows, and in just a few days, it shrivels and turns into a gray ball of fluff perched atop a long green stem. Can you see it? Then, the same wind that flew the seed here is taking the new seeds to new destinations and planting them all across the globe, or just the yard. This metaphor of the cycle of a dandelion is fitting for a day like today. We are all seeds in a way. We all come from different places, and we're planted here in Lakewood High School. Now, as we evolve into those gray balls of fluff, ready yourself for the wind to plant us somewhere new. Whether it's college, work, travel, military duty, or making a difference in the community where we began, we all have this opportunity to grow into beautiful flowers. Once again, the process of planting is not yet over. This is just the beginning. My aunt gave me a card with the necklace, and on it was a thought I'd like to share. When facing new challenges, may you advance with steadfast determination, like seeds resiliently carried through the wind. I am so excited about all that we will accomplish, Lakewood High School class of 2024. Congratulations, Tigers, rawr. Now, please welcome Eliza Sanchez to announce our honored guests.
Good morning. My name is Elijah Sanchez, and I am happy to join you all today to celebrate and declare Lakewood's class of 2024. As we conclude our high school journeys and advance into our futures, it is important that we remember those who have helped us during the past 4 years. The Lakewood faculty and staff has demonstrated an unparalleled commitment to its students, and because of their support, we have grown closer to ourselves and education. Join me in giving a round of applause to Lakewood faculty and staff. Thank you for everything you have done for the class of 2024. It is with great pleasure that I announce the honored guests here with us today. As you are announced, please rise and remain standing until all guests have been presented. Principal, Mr. Daniel Bach. Dean of Students, Mr. Robert Fitzpatrick. Assistant Principal, Miss Jennifer Gonzalez. Assistant Principal, Mr. Michael Hughes. Assistant Principal, Miss Victoria Hart. Assistant Principal, Mr. Mark McGee. Assistant Principal, Miss Jenna Nance. Teacher and Tutoring Center Coordinator, Mr. Alan Gonzalez. Counselor, Miss Alexis Park. Counselor, Miss Kim Morrow. Board Member, Miss Erin Kenworthy. Jeffco Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Kim LeBlanc Esparza. And last but not least, Community Superintendent, Donitris Hill, Dr. Donitris Hill. Okay. To those who stand on the stage, we thank you for your dedication to education, as well as our individual growth. We are all eternally grateful for everything you have done as our leaders throughout high school. Thank you. Now I would like to present Eclipse, who will sing Only Time by Enya.
Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time.
Hello, my name is Gabriela Orizaba, and I am one of the senior student body representatives here to introduce to you our senior class speaker. Today, we have the pleasure of hearing from a truly impressive classmate, Viviana Pinto. As some of you may know, she was involved in a whirlwind of activities from DECA, yearbook, varsity debate, and French club. Her message to all of us is about the habitual acts woven to every fabric of our lives, present in our daily routines and our intellectual pursuits, and even our interactions with others that we may often take for granted. Get ready to rethink your perspectives and discover that the most profound journeys can begin right where you stand. Let us welcome our speaker, Viviana Pinto.
Guests, staff, and class of 2024. When I look across this room, I see growth. We seniors were the last class who experienced high school during the COVID pandemic. Gone are the days that we endured Zoom calls as freshmen with braces, sweatpants, constellations of acne, and bad hair days. We have faced a global pandemic, major environmental issues, changes to the FAFSA, and a nationwide debate, Barbie versus Oppenheimer. Despite all of this adversity, we are here today as in-person graduates with caps and gowns. For this, let's give us a big round of applause. If you don't know me, hi, I'm Viviana. We went to high school together. Good times, everyone, good times. I transferred this year, and I felt like a freshman with the status of a senior. As a link leader, I empathized with the underclassmen as they struggled to find their classes, to understand what it meant to dress up for bear hunting, or also understand why people held spoons in their hands for 3 months. But during my short time here at Lakewood, I did meet someone special who I would like to introduce. My favorite teacher, perhaps some of you are acquainted with. Her name is Travel. Travel's the best teacher because, like every exceptional instructor, she makes you question your sanity, your pedigree, and your perception of the world. She forces you to ponder how much you really know and recognize how much left there is to explore. Think back to a time when you traveled. What do you picture? Do you picture the beach with waves, the mountains, or the road trip that went horribly wrong? Now, I understand that travel can be a triggering word. We imagine price tags attached to bucket list destinations like the Bahamas, Paris, New York, or Tokyo. But that is the misconception about travel. It is much more simple than we think. Travel is defined as going from one place to another, typically over a distance of some length. My friends, we travel every day. It is a mundane commute to school or work. We teleport when we read a book, when we are lost in our thoughts, or when we look through a microscope during science class. We travel when we break cycles of generational trauma or transcend political division at Thanksgiving dinner. In my time here at LHS, I had the epiphany that travel is not just an Instagram-worthy vacation, but that all the information I could have wanted was contained within classrooms, teachers, and students, in subjects as varied as welding to calculus. Here, I witnessed model rockets launched into the sky, Spanish murmured in the halls, and a go-kart forged from steel. The guardians of this information is everyone here today. You all hold different languages on your tongues, knowledge in your minds, family traditions in your hearts, and so much more. Neurosurgeon Paul Kalanithi supports this by saying, human knowledge is never contained in one person. It grows from the relationships we create between each other and the world. And I ask you, are you willing to share your potential with the world? A priceless connection can be yours if you close or travel the distance between you and someone else, if you are daring enough to say hello. Often, wisdom awaits within the distance of a few tables in a cafeteria, dorm room, or cubicle. Travel creates the moment when you say, wait, you too? I thought I was the only one. We rise above emotional barriers and false stereotypes if we make unlikely friends. Different people help us comprehend the world. At Lakewood, we have a plethora of international students showing us that the people we meet put the emotion behind the headlines that we read that say in big capital letters, breaking news, making us more empathetic towards others. Travel is meant to make our world seem smaller by connecting cities, people, and locations to our hearts like stars in a constellation. Class of 2024, go into each day with a fresh perspective, knowing that you are an experienced traveler who can learn something new from anyone you meet. You are capable of finding novelty in your routine or appreciating the beauty in any location, even if it's just King Soopers. Travel is not where you go, but who you know. It is the connection we feel when we seek to understand the world and not to be understood by it. Everyone here today, I ask you to do one simple thing: redefine the way you perceive travel. That way, no matter where you are, every corner of the universe will be within your grasp. Thank you.
Good morning, class of 2024, family and friends. My name is Elijah Sanchez.
And I'm Fiona Tolley. We're members of the Student Senate here at Lakewood.
It is with great pleasure that we have the unique honor of presenting to you our guest speaker, Mr. Dan Bach. His service to Lakewood is a testament to what it means to be a Lakewood Tiger. Mr. Bach's unwavering charisma towards Lakewood staff and students creates an environment that is cohesive and defines our school motto, "We are family." I am almost certain that every one of you has had a rich experience with Mr. Dan Bach. Personally, he has helped me with my math and recently accompanied my class to Houston, Texas for NASA Hunch. From joyful hellos to one-on-one conversations that are filled with interest and excitement, Mr. Dan Bach has reached every corner of Lakewood.
During our time here at Lakewood, Mr. Bach has actively participated in student events such as Spirit Days, while also recognizing when to encourage and model how to stay strong through collective challenges. Throughout all, Mr. Bach has been our tireless leader. 11 years as a math teacher, 5 as an assistant principal, and 7 as principal. Mr. Bach has been a beacon of compassion, kindness, and support for all who have walked the halls of Lakewood High School. And although we are saddened to see him go, we have no doubt Mr. Bach will continue to inspire future generations of students. And now, I'd like to welcome Mr. Bach to the podium.
Good morning, class of 2024, honored guests, Lakewood family. On your first day of school, I suspect that many of you had a book read to you by your teacher 13 years ago. In a strange twist of fate, it just so happens that one of my bucket list items is that I wanted to write a book at some point. In class of 2024, I have done just that, albeit a short book, just for the record. Again, I want to thank the class of 2024 senators for this profound honor, and so here we go. The Crowd by Daniel Robert Bach. dedicated to the class of 2024. Chapter 1, a brief history. I arrived in a cheap, ill-fitting suit on a smoldering day to interview at Lakewood High School nearly 23 years ago. The building was old, but well cared for, with splashes of orange, black, and an amalgamation of 70s, greens, browns, and tans. Definitely a dated building, but with charm. Quickly, I realized that it was teacher checkout day because I was the only one there wearing a tie and pants. I watched in amazement as the presumed teachers were running around the building, moving up and down the hallways in shorts, with smiles on their faces, high-fiving each other, laughing. There was incredible energy. I was immediately smitten by the charm and enthusiasm of the people, and later that day, a teaching position was offered, I accepted, and a prompt return to Iowa occurred. Now fast forward please a few months, I returned to Colorado to begin work, certainly not knowing my future at Lakewood. School in 2001 shares some similarities with school in 2024 and some very stark differences, which I want to share with you. The internet was in its infancy. Google was not really a thing. Rather, Yahoo, Netscape, AOL were popular search engines and dial-up companies. Another difference, mercifully, there was no Infinite Campus, so students and parents relied on person-to-person communication about grades, as well as handwritten gradebooks. How about that? Massive textbooks were the norm. A 2-inch thick text, feared for its breadth, depth, and vernacular, was the biology textbook, if I recall. Online textbooks, not a thing. Cell phones? What cell phones? If you saw them, they were huge. Only the fortunate few in 2001 had cell phones. I certainly did not. Lastly, Lakewood was a little bit smaller. There were only about 1,500 students at Lakewood at that time, and actually up from about 900 3 or 4 years prior. It seemed like everybody knew everyone else, whether good or bad. I was certainly the new guy. 23 years later, Lakewood looks and feels a little different. A new building, a larger and more diverse population, a different L, believe it or not. Same gym, fancier floor, twice. Same track and field, nicer surfaces. As I reminisce about my experience at Lakewood High School, there were so many changes, both small and large, that have shaped what our school is today. Chapter 2, the phone, a cautionary tale. The first time I saw a BlackBerry, or at least held a functioning BlackBerry, was my sister-in-law's fancy new cell phone. It was probably 2004 or 2005, give or take, and my very urban, sophisticated brother and sister-in-law were in from Chicago to go skiing in Breckenridge. For those of you that perhaps don't know, the BlackBerry was a line of very impressive phones that had keyboard buttons embedded within the faceplate. Older phones used alphanumeric to type out texts incredibly slowly, but the BlackBerry, it had a full keyboard. Woo! That's excellent. The phone was roughly 2.5 inches wide by 3.5 inches tall, if I recall. Most critically, it had the unique feature of email capacity. Oops, excuse me. Not just calling and texts. It was beloved by celebrities, civilians, and presidents alike. The BlackBerry was the it phone until it wasn't. In 2007, a company called Apple introduced the iPhone. The creative minds behind Apple didn't necessarily invent the touchscreen phone, but they made it incredibly fashionable, user-friendly, and beautiful to look at. And others followed suit, but not BlackBerry. They seemed committed to a very reliable and very well-designed model, though I can't speak to what what conversations happened at Research in Motion, the manufacturer of BlackBerry. Their decision not to switch to a touchscreen cell phone either didn't happen rapidly enough or at all. Sometime around 2016, give or take, the BlackBerry ceased to exist. Though consumers who once longed for their beloved keyboard that was so innovative in the early to mid-2000s gave way to what we now call the smartphone, as it was labeled. The BlackBerry became obsolete. Those of us who grew up with Blockbuster Video, Toys R Us, Music Land, and probably most common, Sears, know this all too well. Sometimes change happens because you don't or can't make adjustments fast enough. Chapter 3, the emergency room. The 12-year-old daughter called mom because the doctor's office had called the house twice already. And they left a message for dad to get to the emergency room. Apparently the heart monitor attached the prior day was sending out readings the doctor didn't like. So, daughter called mom called work. Work sent someone to find dad, Ms. Nance, I believe, in the classroom. Dad's phone had rung, but he was trying to be a good role model and didn't answer it. Through the informant, mom informed dad that he indeed needed to get to the ER promptly, and so he did. Dad was sure surprised how long everything took at the emergency room, but there were a lot of emergencies to be addressed, apparently. When admitted, Dad and Mom calmly waited for the team to begin their assessment. An EKG, not Dad's first, a blood pressure test, a conversation with a nurse, or two, or three, a medical assistant, and then the doctor followed. It certainly wasn't a heart attack, but Dad could tell his heart just wasn't working right again. It was operating too fast, far too often. Questions followed. So what next, doctor? Well, I'm gonna prescribe such and such, and it should help for a moment, but you need to go follow up with your cardiologist soon to discuss next steps. Dad knew what was coming: a change in diet, more exercise, limit caffeine and Cabernet, and focus on improving your health. Doctor, I have one last question for you, Dad asked. You bet, the doctor replied. So my job is kind of stressful at times, like a lot of other people. Do you think that's impacting my heart? Well, the doctor said, with both confidence and humility, I can't say for sure, but stress certainly doesn't help. Immediately, the dad's mind started to swirl. He loved his job. Being a principal had brought him great joy in his professional life. He loved working with high schoolers. He really did. Well, most of the time, at least. Night events were time-consuming, but generally enjoyable. Emails, different story. Working with teens can be hard. Adults too. He wouldn't miss the issues with the bathrooms. He wouldn't miss the leaky ceilings. He certainly wouldn't miss the air conditioning. But rather, he would miss the energy. He would miss the optimism, the creativity, and kindness of the students who he loved and worked with every day. But he loved his own children more. Though not terminal by any means, a change in lifestyle had to be made. Rather than seeing what confection his daughter made when he came home from work, he needed to be there getting the baking powder. So, making a change is sometimes necessary, even when you don't want to do it. All right, enough of that. Chapter 4, the crowd. The energy was palpable. The crowd was nearly 400 strong. The beach party had ceased, the ice cream truck had departed, and now it was time to celebrate. To this crowd, the other 1,400 people in the gym did not matter at all. The moment was about them, the class of 2024. In the crowd was Robert, the football player who scored the touchdown reception backward against Eagle Crest, and Lauren, who didn't score. She won the state gymnastics title, not once, but twice, all around. The kids who designed stuff for NASA to send to space, the mock trial kids, the winter guard and percussion kids, state champs, they were there. Ignacio and his expertly welded fire pit, perhaps the finest singular piece of metalworking I've ever come across, he was there. Mohammed Mohsen, with his incredible and improbable overtime goal to send our number 32 seed soccer team to beat the number 1 seed team in state. He was there in the crowd. Though they didn't have their instruments, Jillian, the violinist, and Adelie, the harpist, they were there with their orchestra friends, and band, excuse me. And Tori was there. He was the guy with the walk, that slow strut down the middle of the aisle in the musical, in that one size too small UPS outfit that brought profound hoots and hollers coming from, he was there. So were his castmates. 400 students, probably 4 million individual stories. They were all there. At least I think they were there. They seemed like they were there. There were a lot of them. They were there in that magnificent crowd. The speaker spoke. It was lovely. She gave wise counsel as always. Within the crowd of seniors, there were hugs, chants, smiles, energy, 400 of them. The sentiment was clear. Hey, we made it. Then they began their final exodus from the gym, and something changed, if only subtly, and only people that have been with you as long as I have can notice it. As the crowd exited from that place that they called home for 4 very weird years, they looked just a little different. Arm in arm, they exited the gym through the gauntlet of teachers. They were giving hugs, shaking hands, sharing thanks with their teachers, laughing. The crowd exuded an energy that was a combination of excitement, but also uncertainty. Was it actually their last day of school? What's next for us? Who brought the shaving cream? Their accomplishments had certainly not set in yet. Without question, their exit from the gym meant one thing: life was about to change. Chapter 5, and my final chapter, the denouement. 4 loosely connected stories, one theme. Ms. Teresa Westlands, arguably my favorite and most impactful English teacher in high school, always suggested that the final chapter of a paper or book must always answer the question, so what? Well, here it is, seniors. Change is happening today. You are graduating in just a few moments, and whether you have accepted this new reality or not, your life is about to change. I think for the better. Change is inevitable. Thank you. Change is inevitable, and if you don't experience, you're probably going to have a very dull life. Changes in your life will be challenging at times, and you will encounter struggle, loss, and frankly, bad luck from time to time. That happens. However, and maybe more importantly, you will also experience changes in your life that elicit joy, pride, hope, and love. Opportunities that prompt you to explore, to persevere, to learn, to collaborate, to experience the human condition will in fact be plentiful. The change you experience today, graduating from high school, allows you to evolve as a human being and as a person. So thankfully, luckily, you will not have to do this alone. Next to you, you have 400 graduates, approximately, who are now a member of your new squad, and they will join you on your journey as life's friends. And more good news, you have other friends, family, LHS alumni, community members, and well beyond, who will be here to support you along your way throughout your lifetime. That's right. Change is coming, and you, class of 2024, have the distinct opportunity to create and shape the change in your life, with others and for others. You can be the hero in a much larger story, one that allows you to be a catalyst of change. You will make our community, state, and world a better place to live through your choices and your actions. Change, oddly, is both an experience that happens to you and something you control. And so, I implore you to embrace it, enjoy it, and believe in it. And when you do, you will shape your life into an intriguing, enjoyable, imperfect, and successful life on your terms. Change is coming, class of 2024. Embrace it. Thanks for listening to my first and perhaps last book. Please go write your book. Make it a great one. Congratulations. Thank you for this opportunity. I wish you well, class of 2024.
Now, I have the honor to introduce Gabriella Klein and Anna Reinhardt, who will be performing Vienna by Billy Joel. Gabby will be studying piano right here at CU next year, and Anna is off to Oklahoma City University to study stage and screen acting. They remind us to slow down and take some breaths while in this journey of your life. Mr. Bach, we know you are a Billy Joel fan, so we would also like to dedicate this song to you. Also, the class of 2024.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile. But then if you're so smart, then tell me, why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What's the hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do, only so many hours in the day. Hey, and you know that when the truth gets told, you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, and will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. You can't be everything you wanna be before your time. Although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Well, too bad, but it's the life you lead. You're so ahead of yourself. You forgot what you need, and you can see when you're wrong. You know you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got your passion, you got your pride, but don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, but don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, and will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you crazy child. Take the phone off the hook and disappear for a while. It's alright, you can't afford to lose a day or two. Ooh, and will you realize Vienna waits for you? And you know that when the truth gets told, that you can get what you want or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, and will you realize Vienna waits for you? And why don't you realize Vienna waits for you?
Good morning, class of 2024, and good morning, friends and family. My name is Fiona Tolley, and at this time I would like to introduce Mr. Daniel Bach and Ms. Erin Kenworthy to present the pens and medals to the National Merit honorees. Would all of the honorees please come forward at this time? It is my pleasure to announce the commended students for the 2024 National Merit Program. Please step forward when your name is called to receive your medal. Connie Blanco. Lauren Burt. Colin Chow. Thomas Combs. Julian Fiveson. Lauren Hack. Elise Henderson. Sophia Ho. And Tori Lynn Wiener. Next, we are honored to congratulate our National Merit finalists and award them with an engraved pen. Anish Jahagardar. Presley Jarabker. Caden Kerner. Also, I am honored to announce the College Board National Hispanic Scholars. Please step forward when your name is called to receive your medal. Connie Blanco. Milo Lamas. For the class of 2024 valedictorian honor, will each of you please come to the center of the stage to receive your medal? Nathaniel Blanchard. Lauren Burt. Thomas Combs. Emma Disner. Julian Fiveson. Lauren Hack. Elise Henderson. Sophia Ho. Presley Jarabker. Talia Knashag. Caden Kerner. Miriam Kohler. Mohammed Nuliadi. Tamara Smith. Mesa Volk. And Sophia Wong. Oh, shit. Jack Schumacher. Congratulations on this momentous accomplishment. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our principal, Mr. Bogg.
You're welcome to stay up here with me if you want, but you can have a seat too. It's your call. It's a nice problem when you don't have enough space on the stage for your National Merit finalists as well as your valedictorians. That's pretty cool. To keep this thing hopping, since it's my second speech, that's unusual, just for the record, but hello again. I want to thank Lakewood families, friends, honored guests, and graduates for joining us this morning. I am so pleased that you could come to CU's beautiful facility to honor our amazing class of 2024 in this graduation ceremony. On behalf of the Lakewood faculty and staff, I want to thank you all for being here with us either in person or online. As I do each year, I want to take this opportunity to acknowledge a variety of people who are with us to celebrate. And I want to start with the graduates of 2024 who are enlisting in the armed forces or attending a military academy or are doing JROTC. Would you please stand at this time? As you prepare, oh, you get to stay standing. Nice try. As you prepare to embark on your journey, beginning with basic training, possibly soon, on behalf of a grateful community, I want to thank you for your dedication and service to your community, your family, and your country. We are honored to have you as part of Lakewood's legacy. And we want to thank you and congratulate for a job well done, and stay standing for just a moment. Because if you are a veteran or an active service member in one of the branches of the military and are present here with us this morning, would you please stand if you're in the crowd? On behalf of a grateful community, we want to say thank you for your service and for being role models here at Lakewood High School, but also in the greater community. So we are so thankful that you're joining us today. Thank you so much for your service and for being a part of this with us today. Thank you, and you may be seated. Each year, we'd like to just take a quick moment to thank the alumni of Lakewood High School who may be present today. If you are an alumnus, please stand for just a moment. Yeah. We have a lot today. That's pretty cool. We want to thank you for continuing to represent Lakewood High School out in the community and for honoring a nearly 96-year legacy of our school. Thank you again for joining us today. This year, I do want to just take a moment to thank my family for all their support the past 12 years during my tenure as administrator. I want to thank my parents who might be watching online. Hey, Mom and Dad. And my father-in-law as well. They were all educators themselves in their prior lives before retirement and such. And most importantly, I want to thank my wife and children. Thanks, Jane, Owen, Sophie, for helping me be the best principal possible. Truly, I know that you've sacrificed in small and large ways to help me do this, and so I wanted to publicly acknowledge you for your love and support. Thanks, guys. I also want to just take a moment to thank my many friends and family and my work family who become a part of my life here in Colorado. You know who you are. Thank you so much. All right, as I do each year, I want to take the opportunity to acknowledge the many, many, many educators who helped shape the class of 2024. I would like to start off by thanking our support staff and custodial force led by Mr. Jeff Tortel, our amazing para-educators and paraprofessionals, our food service team, and all the additional school support staff for their incredible efforts caring for our students every day. Thank you to our school nurse, Ms. Lauren Edwards, our school security team, our clinic aide, and our school resource officer, Detective Ryan Martinez, for keeping our students safe and healthy every day. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. Additionally, I want to thank my friends who are principals, teachers, counselors, and support staff at our Lakewood feeder schools. Specifically, I want to acknowledge our feeder school principals, including Ms. Meredith Leidy of Belmar Elementary, Mr. Nick Kemmer, of Mr. Kemmer of Creighton Middle School, Ms. Stacy Bedell, who I did see earlier, there she is, Iber Elementary, Ms. Brooke Talmachoff of Slater Elementary, and Mr. Eric Romero, who sends regrets that he could not be here today, of South Lakewood Elementary School. I also want to take just a moment to publicly thank our community superintendent, Dr. Denitris Hill, who has supported our efforts this year and, perhaps most importantly, helped hire my replacement, Mr. Josh Kraft, for next year. Thank you, Dr. Hill. Mr. Kraft is also with us here today to join us, celebrating you, and thank you truly for returning to this amazing school to help our community move forward and honoring our 96-year legacy of excellence. Thanks, Mr. Kraft. Yeah. All right, graduates, this is really important because gratitude is profoundly important in your life. Oddly, gratitude makes you feel better as well as the person whom you share it with. And so over the next couple weeks, please make sure you take some time to share some gratitude with your elementary and middle school teachers and staff, as they are people who helped feed you, educate you, and love you for your years prior to joining us at Lakewood. And I can argue, being married to a elementary teacher, that they do the real work. We kind of are the cherry on top of the sundae, but man, teaching reading and literacy is so critical to a joyful life. And so please take some time to share thanks with the people that got you to high school next week sometime. We wouldn't be here today in this incredible venue without the dedication and commitment of my friend, my longtime friend and colleague, Ms. Victoria Hart, who has helped organize today's graduation ceremony in her partnership with our amazing student leaders. In addition to this ceremony, Ms. Hart has worked diligently to orchestrate a whole litany of events that help shape your high school experience, including, but not limited to, helping out with your clubs, helping design homecoming, whether we had a sprinkler go off or not. She was involved in making sure that that happened, prom, performing arts, and a whole host of other events and activities. Victoria has been my close friend for nearly 20 years. I even presided at her wedding, and I will miss you very, very much next year. I want to say thank you for all you've done for Lakewood High School and for me personally. So please join me in thanking Ms. Hart, if you would. All right, sorry, I know this gets a little long, but it's important. To my administrative team, Dean of Students, Mr. Robert Fitzpatrick, my assistant principals, Ms. Jennifer Gonzalez, Mr. Mike Hughes, Mr. Mark McGee, Ms. Gina Nance, Mr. Tim Walker, who wasn't able to join us today. He's got a new grandkid, which is exciting. My business manager, Ms. Carrie Blackman, my entire staff of people who work in the office, my executive office assistants, who you guys interact with an awful lot, I imagine. Thank you all for your incredible dedication to our students, teachers, families, and me. Though it hasn't always been easy, today certainly makes it worth the effort for sure. I'm so fortunate to have such an incredible group of colleagues, friends to share stories and experiences with each day. Truly, Lakewood is in good hands next year. Thank you for friendship and counsel. Truly, well done. Teachers get a little bit of a bonus here because would teachers, counselors, and staff please stand? You get to stretch your legs for just a moment. Please help me by applauding and cheering for our amazing staff and faculty here at Lakewood High School. I want to thank our incredible faculty for their efforts the past 4 years. Whether graduates remember your passion, creativity, dedication, your sense of humor, your deep subject knowledge, or your commitment to our students. Your efforts truly have helped educate the class of 2024 and are greatly appreciated. Hopefully students understand that the work of a teacher does not begin at 7:30 a.m., nor does it end at 3:30 p.m. It leaks into after-school events, coaching, grading on the weekends. These past 4 years have in fact been wonderful, albeit strange at times. And you've cared for and nurtured the class of 2024 through a very rocky start, but a robust finale. Well done, and thank you. Please join me in honoring our teachers, faculty, and staff at Lakewood High School. I feel like Mr. Melorano there for a moment, you know? On behalf of Lakewood High School community, I also want to extend my sincere gratitude to the following teachers who are departing at the end of the year. Many are accepting new challenges and opportunities in and outside of education. So Ms. Kaylee Carl, Ms. Liang Chen, Dr. Chad Clark, Mr. Robert Fitzpatrick, Ms. Kathy Kneppe, Ms. Colette Stanley, and Ms. Hannah Starbuck. Please join me in thanking this team of amazing educators. And we have 4 educators that you may or may not know this, students, but I imagine you do. They look extra spry this past week, who are retiring at the end of the year. This impressive group of people has truly dedicated their entire careers to our students and community. Please help me honor the following faculty and staff who are retiring at the end of this year. And would you please stand when I read your name? Mr. Stephen Barnhill, Technology Arts. Mr. Alan Gonzalez, Science, Ace, and designer of our tutoring center. Mr. Adam Ronskavage, Social Studies and Film. He's been known to hide somewhere in CU. He's here somewhere, I imagine, but hidden. And then Mr. Carl Spetzler, Social Studies, including Social Cultural Anthropology. Please join me in thanking these 4 amazing people. Truly thank you for your exemplary careers as inspirational educators at Lakewood High School. What I love about this group is they are amazing human beings, artisans, athletes, musicians, and academians, and you will be greatly missed by students, staff, families, and me. Cheers to a career well done. All right, that's a lot of thanks. I really appreciate your patience. We do this every year, but my final piece of gratitude is for you, families of the class of 2024. Thank you for joining us on an incredible journey, one that is hopefully not over for your child. Though having a diploma in their hand today is a nice first step in their educational journey. My hope today, oops, I think I repeated a line. My hope is that they will have many educational opportunities and achievements no matter what path they choose after Lakewood High School. I want to thank you for your patience, your grace, your encouragement, and your support of all of our students, staff, and me. I am grateful and humbled by your support of our school, our amazing school, which can't exist on an island. It requires your participation, and for that we are so grateful for the past 4 years, as we sure did our best to make this a joyful learning experience despite some imperfections along the way. Now, normally I would impart some wisdom here, but I already had that chance. So my last suggestion is really something that comes up in almost every one of the 23 graduation ceremonies that I've participated in here at Lakewood. When you leave today, graduates, make good choices. Yeah, as I mentioned before, I truly believe the best is yet to come, class of 2024. You're sure a talented group of young people. All right, again, it has been an honor and a privilege to lead one of the finest schools in Colorado for the past 7 years, 23 in sum. Truly, thank you for your support of Lakewood, everyone here today, and it is with great pride that I get to say the following one last time. And now, Ms. Kenworthy, Dr. LeBlanc Esparza, and Dr. Hill, it is my great pleasure to certify to you that these students before you today have met the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Jefferson County Board of Education. Please accept the graduating class of 2024 as I present them to you. Congratulations. I'll get this out of your way.
It is my distinct pleasure and honor and joy to hereby accept on behalf of the Jefferson County School Board these graduates. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Scout Elizabeth Kingsley. Tori Gray Lynn Wiener. Adon Elias Marquez. Gabriela Elizabeth Olazaba. Viviana Elizabeth Pinto. Liliana Carolina Post Soleil. Elijah Anthony Sanchez. Fiona Linnea Tolley. Kaya Noel Lee Fowler.
Adelie Rose Hellman.
Gabriella Hannah Klein.
Talia Josephine Kanashaug.
Cora Grace Larson.
Joshua Quinn Madison.
Ren Killian Mears.
Darian John O'Kane.
Jillian Grace Ray.
Anna Renee Reinhardt.
Sophia Soleil Stockham.
Annabelle Claudia Adams.
Lily Yoon Craddock.
Zara Ali Alasadi.
Chaz Xavier Aguinaldo Jr.
Isabel Adams Aldrich.
Abigail Suzanne Aldrich.
Raven J. Allen.
Lillian Sophia Alicio.
Alan Jupiter Bell Anderson.
Nora Jane Ambro.
Caleb Alberto Angulo.
Jaden Alexander Andrews Garcia.
Bodie Dean Armstrong.
Gavin Thomas Archer.
Amelie Ella Josephine Audebert.
Cade Robert Arvin.
Maria Elena Az Felix.
Declan Jack Autry.
Hayden Marie Balderrama.
Rowan Elizabeth Bailey.
Stella Ann Bain.
Alondra Iran Ballesteros Rubio.
Mason Michael Bomber.
Evany Nevea Banuelos.
Kaylin Flynn Sedell Baker.
Brandon Armando Bazano Torres.
Marcella Grace Bennett.
Lamia Tegan Balcade.
Sydney Ellen Bim.
Ollie Lee Benway.
Isaiah Owen Bishop.
Christopher James Billings.
Connie Josephine Blanco.
Nathaniel Scott Blanchard.
Bayless Jamia Allerton Brandt.
Emily Lauren Blankenship.
Peyton Octavia Brown.
Eliana Grace Breeser.
Lannon Drake Brumfeld.
Callie Tegan Burrock.
Charlie Shea Brunette.
Carlos Eduardo Calderon Barrios.
Lauren Naco Burt.
Brisa Fernanda Camarillo Ramirez.
Joshua Camargo Vicara.
Karen Campos Ramos.
Samantha Ann Cameron.
Christopher Vincent Cancino.
Jacob Luis Jordan Campuzano.
Bradley Adam Carver.
Quintina Melody Candelaria.
Renee Yasmin Castro Johnson.
Michael Park Kassler.
Paul Lance Chavez III.
Marcus Cedillo Ramon.
Coleridge Cho Yuen Chow.
Nancy Natalia Chavez.
Colin James Chow.
Adriana Sky Charrington.
Javon Lee Hall.
Novalie Ann Christensen.
Brett Caitlin Moss.
Kaylee Chong.
Zion Matthias Clark.
Kaylee Adine Cisneros.
Bryn Lee Cohn.
Abigail Sophia Clausen.
Thomas Joseph Combs.
Dalton Leon Cole.
Melanie Grace Contreras Espinosa.
Tyler John Compton.
Surrey Nelia Kotakachi Vasquez.
Gavin David Corthell.
Peter James Cremona.
Andrew Lee Couture.
Casey Ann Cudahy.
Isabel Grace Craig.
Aaron Michael Dean DeBurco.
Alejandro Cruz Manriquez Jr.
Malachi T. Doherty.
Chris Mallard.
Sawyer Anderson Cullen.
Christopher Thomas Mowers.
Marin Million Damtu.
Alejandro Gabriel Soriano.
Dylan Mark Davis.
Jacob Lee Davis.
Mary Gail Davison.
Soraya Iris de la Oliva.
Abraham Nelson DeGurlia.
Alyssa Lorraine de Herrera.
Sarah Michelle Del Real.
Margot Lauren Dempsey.
Olivia Violet Daling.
Logan Virgil Dickerson.
Seth Edwin Dixon.
Emma Kate Disner.
Samantha Jane Dodge.
Rachel Ann Dominguez.
Valeria Alejandra Dominguez.
Lucan Paul Marquez Doris.
Meprise Doris.
Everett Smith Douglas.
Isaac Timothy Downs.
Luke Andrew Duntley.
Julian Joel Duran.
Jacob Francis Durso.
Catherine Yadira Echeverria Pineda.
Valeria Echevarria Pineda.
Evelyn Margaret Emch.
Ignacio Escoto Yaza.
Michaeli Elaine Evangelista.
Mackenzie Aaron Evangelista.
Dayton David Evans.
Gray Aaron Fight.
Julian Fippen Fiveson.
Riley Paul Finn.
Tian Patrick Flynn.
Avery Mikhail Francis.
Nicholas Stephen Fry.
Richard Vincent Galgano.
Emily Marie Gallegos.
Jada Giselle Garcia.
Julian Samuel Garcia.
Andy Garcia Maldonado.
Thalia Elizabeth Garman.
Laura Christine Gibson.
Lucy Alice Girzal.
Colin Thomas Giguere.
Maya Dora Glazer.
Caden William Gloss.
Helen Lillian Goldberg.
Carlos Gomez Jr.
Miguel Tomas Gonzalez.
Naomi Rachel Gonzalez.
Ashley Gonzalez Aguirre.
Kiana Leah Good.
Finnegan Strong Goodlow.
Colin Verney Gertis Green.
Isaiah Michael Griego.
Sela Marie Guajardo.
Luna David Guerrero.
Madeline Lacey Hackstaff.
Lauren Aya Haka.
Hajar Haidari.
Hafiza Haidari.
Narjis Haidari.
Mohammed Moshin Haidari.
Ellery Maeve Hammermeister Suger.
Kylie Eliana Hale Vostros.
Maya Fusha Harris.
Gabriel Peter Hansen.
Elise Abigail Henderson.
Robert Miguel Hatchet Brito.
Natalia Valeska Hernandez Luna.
Olivia Denise Hernandez.
Alexander John Gemery Hill.
Eric Alexander Herrera.
Kevin Kim Kon Hong.
Sophia Soleil Ho.
Blake Christopher Ryan Hoffer.
Ryan Thung Hong.
Haley Megan Holman.
Porter Montgomery Holden.
Joel Buchanan Hughes.
Elsa Linnea Homer.
Yurivia Ibarra Vasquez.
Lily Soon Huen.
Alexis Marguerite Jacobson.
Sage Maria Ikaza.
Ahmed Rashid Jahid Raha.
Anish A. Jahagadar.
Eva Marie Jenks Clark.
Piper Lane Yon.
Odin Gerald Johnston.
Presley Jarebker.
Xander Hayden Jones.
Tyler Matthew Jones.
Sydney Francis Joy.
Adelaide Marie Joy.
Bella Michael Justice Eck.
Savannah Natalia Junco Valadez.
Nalani Ebony Jenny Kelly.
Titus Keith Callender.
Vivek Isan Khan.
Matthew J. Kennedy.
Kane Hovis Kirby. Thank you.
Isabella Rose Kim.
Miriam Elizabeth Kohler.
Lucy Catherine Clem.
Cameron Richard Cramp.
Caden Jet Kerner.
Caleb Lee Larson.
Axel Robert Koski Hammond.
Sheridan S.B. Lee.
Milo Orson Lamas.
Marla Christina Leher.
Frederick Ever Leggett.
Brennan Patrick Lewis.
Emerson May Liu.
Clara Shurid Lilly.
Keone Saul Lili'i.
Amanda Linland.
Emily Marie Ann Lilly.
Donovan James Longsdorf.
Caleb Joseph Long.
Alexa Guadalupe Lopez Granillo.
Jeriah Joe Nathaniel Lopez.
Karis Elizabeth Lowe.
Araya May Lovato.
Noah Royce Mack.
Olivia Cleo Evangelina Lowe.
Lucas Andrew Maloney.
Michaela Elizabeth Magid.
Madison Emily Marie Markwell.
Bryn Marie Maher.
Frida Martinez.
Jonathan Rogelio Marin.
Vincent Isaias Martinez.
Abrielle Alicia Martinez.
Sienna Rose Mascarenas.
Karen Marcella Martinez.
Jerome Wendell Mays Molina.
Carlos Alberto Martinez Dominguez.
Kai Dace McIntosh.
Tessa Grace Mayo.
Charlotte Janet Francois Mayon.
Matthias Charles McCormick.
Stella Rose Meyer.
Holden Gerald Mead.
Rylan James Middaw.
Emily Grace Meineke.
Alfred Pascal Miller.
Evelyn Meza Ariano.
Autumn Melinda Morales.
Richard Jonathan Wayne Mayen.
Anna Valeria Munoz Esparza.
Riley John Long Miller.
Lauren McLean Murphy.
Charles Timothy Morrison.
Sophia Elizabeth Navarro.
Hector Daniel Munoz Martinez.
Anthony Tan Nguyen.
Julia Marva Narva.
Ivan Min Nguyen.
Nils Frederick Bjorn Newman.
Eric Alexander Nieves Perez.
Duan Quang Nguyen.
Avia Faith Noor.
Delaney J. Nichols.
Muhammad Isan Muliada.
Michael Owen Knowles.
Nathaniel Rafael Olivares.
Adrian Dane Norris.
Diego Antonio Orozco.
Christopher Jude O'Neill.
Kirk Owen Otteson.
Odin Quinn Allard Opperman.
Haley Faith Padilla.
Dante Jerry Ostuni.
Sahil Nimish Patel.
Samantha Dawn Pageon.
Haley Alexa Salia Patton.
Araceli Alexis Padilla Correa.
Miranda Carol Pearson.
Max Martin Patterson.
Olivia Rose Pedersen.
Vanessa Isabella Peacock.
Matthew Anthony Ryan Puckett.
Julia Lynn Peckham.
Chris Ramirez.
Gabriel Julian Porter.
Bruno Ramos Chavez.
Annalise Michelle Queen.
Yam Dehadur Raul.
Destiny Naomi Ramirez.
Michaela Zoe Rendon.
Hunter Brower Randall.
Kevin Alonso Rendon Roldan.
Thomas Hammond Redinger.
Isaiah Trinity Rickard.
Kaylee Elena Rendon Roldan.
Jade Damaris Rodriguez.
Deja Saide Reyes Lara.
Jaden Ivan Rodriguez Yerkade.
Racine Rose Riki.
Lauren Olivia Rosano.
Zahid Khalil Rodriguez.
Greta Elizabeth Runge.
Eddie Jesus Romo Santoyo.
Scarlett Giselle Salazar Vega.
Callie Hope Rosales.
Giovanni Sanchez Gallegos.
Madeline Rose Saidian.
Kate Rose Schnuringer.
Gina Jaslyn Sanchez.
Matthew Thomas Scott.
Shai Matthew Celestiano Sartorio.
Lucas Anthony Salvaggio.
Jack Barry Schumacher.
Sydney Joanne Shanley.
Connor Davis Self.
Christina Alex Androvna Shanikova.
Sabria Amina Lee Shabazz.
Declan William Short.
Mina Sharifi.
Jair Ezekiel Silva Lozano.
Jacob Hilding Shipman.
Lene. Tamara Lene Smith.
Samuel Glenn Silburn.
Jonathan Giovanni Soriano.
Noah Sisk.
Alicia Marie Soto Casillas.
Kevin Enrique Solis Orozco.
Francis Amelia Nohelane Stefan.
Carla Andrea Soto.
Erhion Strickland.
Anna Lee Stenman.
Jasmine Adrina Suarez.
Isabella Ann Steger.
Annika Sai Sub-Romanian.
London Turner Steyer.
Brenda Tapia Ramos.
Joanne Eileen Suazo.
Nefi Martin Taronis Rivera.
Elizabeth Grace Swanson.
Orion Thackeray.
Pablo Alexander Temach Cordona.
Fiona Adelaide Thomas.
Elizabeth Helen Tessier.
Jennifer Tien.
Neil Kepler Theory.
Sarah Mae Tinker.
Kira Ashley Thompson.
Charlie Von Trujillo.
Eliseo Till.
Hannah Thien Trong.
Sarah Wangdi Town.
Audrey Page Utz.
Raina Taylor Trujillo.
Michael Anthony Vallone.
Annika Violet Shore.
Jazer Madison Vermiller.
Sawyer August Vale.
Calder Joseph Vladica.
Bianca Urelli Velez Contreras.
Jordan Ruth Von Holt.
Gianna Rose Vigil.
Jordan Jane Watson.
Grant Benjamin Waters.
Maylin Noda Winke.
Jamin Derek Wittenberg.
Anita Grace Wilkins Mata.
Brian John Wiles II.
Jay Wisdom.
Tyler Jonathan Williams.
Sophie Madeline Wong.
Jacob Wayne Wolf.
Jack Lewis Worley.
Harrison James Wood Jewell.
Okay. So we'll leave them out because I think we give these to the photographer.
Clayton James Zenisek.
Thank you.
Good morning, graduates and guests. My name is Scout Kingsley, and as a graduating senior and member of our school senate, it is my honor to introduce Tori. Tori is vice president of our theater company and the founder and president of the American Sign Language Club. Throughout his high school journey, Tori has shown outstanding academic achievement and a deep commitment to inclusivity and leadership. Next year, he will attend University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and Duke as a Robertson Scholar. Please join me in warmly welcoming a truly inspiring individual, Tori Lynn Weiner.
Good morning to the incredible administration, teachers, family, friends, and my fellow class of 2024. My name is Tori Lynn Wiener, and I'm truly honored to be speaking before all of you today. As a kid, I always wanted to give a big speech to a massive crowd of people. But not just any speech. I wanted to have a moment where, as I'm so nervous I can hardly speak, I rip up my note cards, toss them to the side, and speak from the heart. I want to take a second to address the class of 2024 before me today. In March of 2020, with the threat of COVID-19 looming, we got an extra week of spring break. We all said, see you in 2 weeks. Yeah, it turns out a lot can happen in 2 weeks. I mean, here we are right now, 4 years later, sitting together, just a few moments away from being kicked out of the microcosm of high school and thrown into the real world. March of 2020. No one liked it. No one wanted it, but the entire world stopped. But time kept going. I mean, there were countless missed opportunities. Our freshman year was really confusing. We met each other through black screens, shared Google Docs in one-way hallways, instead of just seating charts and eating lunch together. And then in 2021, we slowly transitioned, and the world began to recover. But we couldn't get back what was lost. I mean, there were so many questions. Will it be like this forever? What does Mr. Bach look like under his mask? Will we ever go back to normal? What even is normal? And at some point, we stopped asking the questions, and we just found the answers. We didn't find the answers by constantly thinking about the future. No, we found them by taking each day one at a time. We learned, we grew, we made mistakes, and we lived our lives. As the days continued, they turned into weeks and then years, and our class didn't miss a beat. We plastered the school hallways with posters for new clubs. We sent engineering projects to NASA. We experienced intensity and competition in over 20 sports. We put on incredible performances, telling stories in our auditorium and beyond. We raised tens of thousands of dollars for some incredible organizations. We went to prom. We had our senior sunrise. We got our caps and gowns for this exact moment. We did the things we were supposed to do as high schoolers. And I'll say we did them pretty well. But still, what a surreal high school experience. The time passed, and as it did, we created our own definition of the word normal. But we couldn't have done it without the parents, administrators, and teachers who are all sitting with us today. And yet, through it all, here we are. 4 years later. I now want to share a poem that my dad wrote when he was in his senior year of high school. And I know what you're thinking, but no, my dad didn't pay me to quote him in front of thousands of people here today. But Dad, yeah, you're welcome for that one. High school. The best years of my life, the worst years of my life. The only years where change dominates and reality takes second place to visions of the future. Visions of the future. Yes, visions and questions are absolutely important, but you can't live in that unknown. At some point, you have to stop asking all of the questions and seek out the answers in the here and now. Because I never want 2 weeks to turn into 4 years again. And one more thing before I go. My mom is deaf, and my family all knows American Sign Language, which is a beautiful way of conveying meaning. So I want to teach everyone here a sign really quickly. So with your right hand, put your palm to your temple. Go for it. Everyone, yeah? Now send it out in front of you in an arc. That's future. Here's to our future. Thank you. Class of 2024, I cannot wait to see what each of you do in your future. But before we get there, let's graduate first. I'll see you all in 2 weeks, and thank you so much.
I'm not as tall as Tori.
Hello, my name is Adán Marquez, and I'm honored to introduce our final musical tribute for the graduation ceremony of the class of 2024. This group of performers were selected to perform for good. Many are heading off to colleges across the country to pursue careers in music and theater, but also architecture, neuroscience, Spanish, international affairs, and astrophysics. Cello player Cora Larson stated that the song For Good, composed by Stephen Schwartz, is to remind our seniors not only of the impact their friends have had on them, but also the impact that they can have on every single person they meet. Now, I present a truly inspirational piece, For Good, performed by Sophia Stockham and Talia Knoshog, accompanied by Cora Larson, Ren Mears, Quinn Madison, Darian O'Kane, Jillian Ray, Adelaide Hellman, Kaya Fowler, and Yoon Craddock.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now, whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness of the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes us by a wind off the like a stream that meets like a seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. Because I
Okay, forgive me, I'm a little bit of a yapper, but we're almost done, I promise. A college interviewer once asked me, if you could say one thing to 1 million people, what would you say? Well, I don't know, but this isn't 1 million people, and I didn't get into that college. Regardless, my name is Adan Marquez Armendariz, and I'm your student body president for the class of 2024, and I'm fortunate enough to deliver our farewell speech. Can we give another round of applause to our speakers, performers, and of course, our graduates? In 2015, I was just a wide-eyed kid, eagerly unwrapping a Happy Meal. I was upset about who knows what, but those colorful boxes held the promise of joy and excitement. I mean, happy was in the name, so I couldn't wait. As I was upset, all I could think about was, what toy am I gonna get? As I sat in the back of the car in my Buzz Lightyear booster seat, my mom handed me the little red box with the iconic yellow arches. As soon as I got my stubby hands on it, I tore into the cardboard box, and to my misfortune, they forgot my toy. I was 9, so obviously I was devastated. But to this day, I still want the toy. However, I was too little then to understand that this disappointment would be the first lesson in a series of challenges that would shape me into a determined and resilient leader. Everyone close your eyes and remember that moment in your life when you felt a clear sense of dismay. A bad test score, stressful clubs or sports, other challenges in your personal life. Do you remember feeling desperately exhausted to the point where you may have questioned, where is a ray of hope? Something to reignite your determination to move forward. What was that ray, that moment? Possibly a person, a pet, a belief. What was your ray? When I was 9, that ray for me was a Happy Meal. Instead of succumbing to despair in my present life, I drew upon the resilience I unknowingly developed during my youth. Through experiences like that trip to McDonald's, just like the anticipation of discovering a toy inside a box and finding nothing, I realized avoiding disappointment, fearing it, didn't make it go away. Recently, when I was facing challenges, I grabbed my keys and I drove to the nearest McDonald's and ordered a Happy Meal, a 6-piece nugget, small sweet tea with fries, and most importantly, a toy. I opened the box and I felt like I was 9 again, mastering resiliency. Resiliency is the ability to bounce back and try again, and is how I learned to find excitement in the unknown and embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. My hope for you all is that throughout your life, you've had the opportunity to rebound from any challenges, to recover, to learn, and of course, to grow. With each hurdle, we become more determined, discovering our individual strengths and capabilities. Through high school, the understanding about the complexities of life and how there will be times when we're disappointed, when hope seems gone, we've been taught this: to give up is worse than to endure the hardships, because there is always a chance to bounce back. For me, and my childhood and my time at Lakewood helped me become a resilient person. And it's the work, the disappointment, the rebound that leads to your ultimate success. It's your ray of hope. No longer sobbing in the back seat of a Honda Pilot because someone forgot his toy, and still one who enjoys an occasional Happy Meal. We grew up in a really weird time, that's for sure. But we took initiative and inspired others to do the same. The values we have learned from our respective experiences, adaptability, curiosity, and the value to find joy in every situation became the pillars of our future. There is a profound connection between those innocent moments of difficulty and delight, and the lessons they taught us and how they shaped our character. I'm gonna end on this. Life, like a Happy Meal, is full of surprises, and it's up to us to savor every experience. Thank you. Now, as we gather here today to celebrate, we are fortunate enough to be surrounded by those who have supported us through our journeys. Our families and friends, to teachers and administration, each has played a vital role in shaping our experiences. For me, it's my family. Thank you to my brother and dad, and gracias a toda mi familia por estar a mi lado. Pero mis mayores gracias son para mi mamá. Sin el apoyo de ella, no estaría entregando este discurso ni entrando a nuevos esfuerzos. Gracias, mamá. Graduates, as you received your diploma, you also received a carnation, a symbol of gratitude and appreciation. As we are sent off and conclude the ceremony, I invite you to give the carnation to someone who has significantly contributed to your success throughout your high school career. Congratulations, class of 2024, on receiving your diplomas. And now the moment we have all been waiting for. Please stand. Now, take your tassel in your hand, and as you hear me talk for the last time, move it from right to left to symbolize our movement from high schooler to graduate. And I'm ending on the biggest cliche of them all, a quote. As Truman Burbank says in The Truman Show, good morning, and in case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Congratulations to the class of 2024! Oh, the bobby pins. And also, graduates, I know you're barely listening now, please transition into the concourse and receive your diploma from your counselor. Thank you, and again, congratulations.